Hello, my friend. In this video, we will implement the auth screens of Amazon app. So let's get started. At first, let's create a new Flutter project and name it Amazon. By default, Flutter will give us a count of application code, and we do not need most of the codes here. So just I'm going to cut it off and go with a slate-less widget and name it Amazon. So the folder architecture for this project will be MVC, that is model, view, and controller. Model, view, and controller. Another two folders will be added here, that will be utils and constants. So let me make you understand what these folders are for. In view, we basically save all the screens. In model, we basically save the model. Suppose there's a user model, there's a product model, or any other kind of model. So those models we basically save in the model folder. In controller, we basically save two types of files: the API calls, the API files, and another will be the state management files. In constant, we save the common widgets which will be used throughout the app, and other common variables which will mostly be used throughout that. So let me show you how our auth screens will look like. This will be the sign in screen, and this is going to be the create account screen. So if you see both of the screens closely, you will find that the app bar, the welcome text, and below here, the bottom body part in both of the screens are same. So the widget which is getting changed is this part. This part of the body will be changed for sign in and create account. And I'm gonna add this utils folder to our list folder. As I said I forgot to say you about utils. In utils folder, we basically save the colors which we'll be using throughout the app and the themes which we'll be using throughout the app. Beside color and theme, you can also add other files, but mostly we save all the decoration files, which will be used, the theme files, in utils. So I will simply drag and drop it. Okay. Yeah. And we will add another folder in the Amazon directory, and that will be the asset folder. In assets folder, we basically save the images, the videos, or the musics which will be used throughout the app, and fonts also. So currently here, I'll be adding the images which we'll be using throughout the app. That is the splash screen and the Amazon logo for now. And later on, if needed, we will add more images. So here goes. This the assets and the utils folder, the contents inside this two folder, it will be available on your resources file. Like, I will make them available. You don't need to worry about. And here, the Amazon class will return material app. Yeah. So as I said, in view, we save all the screens. So since our first screen is going to be the auth screen, we will make a folder and name it auth screen. And we will create a Dart file naming it auth screens.start. And here it will, in this file, we will create a stateful widget and name it auth. Okay. So for now, it will return a scaffold, and yeah, it's okay, good. And in home, it will return auth screen. Okay. Let's do one thing. Let's run this in the emulator and see what our current code looks like. So here, as you can see, our app is has been run, and currently it's showing a debug banner here. So to remove this banner, we will simply write debug show check mode banner to false, and we'll save it, and boom, it's gone. Okay. So let me show you the auth screens again. So first we're gonna implement the login screen, and then we will go for the create account. So first, let's focus on the app hub. Okay. We'll come to auth screens and app hub. As you can see in app bar, there is an Amazon logo. So to get access to for all the images, we have to list out the asset folder, or we have to declare the asset folder in our pubspec file. So I'm gonna remove these unnecessary comments. So it's no harm, if you want you can keep them, but I prefer not to, because it makes the pubspec file too messy. Okay, so here in the here you can see that there is an asset. So I will uncomment it out and add the images folder. So I will write assets slash image, and writing this out, it will give me access to the entire images folder. Okay, so let's move back to the auth screen, and in app bar, title image asset image. Okay, we will save this. As you can see now, the Amazon logo is too big and our app bar is also wide, and we want the Amazon logo to look a bit smaller, and we want the app bar to be wide. So we will do a little bit of changes, and we will provide a height to the image and the height. Okay. So if we go with a static height, so as you know, in current days, everyone's screen size differs. Like suppose you do have a 6-inch screen, and suppose someone is using iPhone 6, so the screen size are like the different screen size. So basically, we won't be going with constant height and width. We will know that what's the height and width of this or user's phone, and based on that, we will assign height and width to all of the widgets which we'll be using here. So here for height, I will gonna write final height equals to media query height. And here it goes same for width. Okay. So basically, what does this two line of codes display? Like, what does it mean? Height basically gives us a percentage of what's the screen height. Suppose we go with a container and we say that the container height should be 20%. It doesn't give any constant value. Basically, it gives percentage value. If we declare that 20% of screen height, if you want to give 20% of screen height, then we simply write height equals to height into 0.2. As you know, one means 100% and 0.2 means 20%. If you want to give 2% of height, we will simply divide 1 divided by 100. So it will be 0.02. So 0.02, I think it's going to be the height is going to be too less for the Amazon logo. But then also, have a look. As you can see, it's too small. So I'm going to increase the height to 4% of screen height. Yeah. So it's looking good. And we want to change the app bar background color. So simply I will go here and background color, I will set it to white. Yeah. So now you'll be thinking like, okay, where this white comes from. So basically I previously saved a lot of colors in utils folder and a lot of themes also. So we will go to main and add theme. So in themes, I've added some of the textiles here. As you can see, textiles. So that these are the common textiles which we will be using throughout our application. So I will be moving back to the auth screen, and I will just another thing. You can see that the Amazon logo here, it's in center. So we have to we have to bring the title in center. Center title, okay, and save it. Yeah, it's looking good. Now let's proceed with the body part. Here in body, at first, we can see that it's a column, basically. All of the widgets are inside a column. First column, like a first widget, then it will be the second widget, and this is going to be the third widget. We will divide the body into 3 parts. These 2 parts, the first part and the second part, we were going to reuse it for 2 different screens. This one, the sign-in screen, and create account. So let's proceed with the sign-in one first. Body, safe area. So you'll be saying that why I'm using this padding here. If you look closely, you'll find out that there's a little bit of blank space throughout the screen, like throughout all the edges of the screen. So we will add a little bit of padding for top, bottom, and left and right. So it is going to be a symmetric padding. So for left and right, we're going to use 3% of the width into 0.03. And for the vertical padding, that is top and bottom, we're going to use 2% of height. Okay, we will save it. And then, so it's a better practice that we always add commas so that it will make our code a bit nicer. So let's give a child here, and it will be a column. The first thing which comes up is the welcome text. Okay, text. Welcome and style. As you can see throughout the entire screen, okay, I'm in wrong screen. Throughout the entire screen, there we have some of the its font size is different, it is bold, again its font size is different. So if there are a lot of font sizes, then we have to keep styling for those texts. So let's add some text here. Okay, so for the styling, I have already added a theme file. So I am going to directly access this theme. So to directly access this theme, we have to, yeah, I have already added this theme. Okay, no worries. Let's move back to the on screen. So to access the theme file, I'm gonna add another line of code. Text theme equals to, sorry. That's not the code. Okay. Moving here, we can see that if it's display Raj, it's gonna give us font size of 26 and it's gonna be black. So display medium 24, 22, and for this one, I think body medium is gonna be the best one. That's a font size of 80. Body medium, and we save. Let's have a look. How does it look like? Okay, body medium is a bit too small for it. So let's go with body large. Okay. Okay, body large. We also want to add a little bit of width to it. So weight to it, sorry. On weight, not fold. Okay. 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 Looks like I do need to add the font size a little more. And there is no weight. Display medium. Is it going to work? Display small is 22. Okay. Display medium is 24. Display small, I think so. Yeah. Okay. Now I do need to add a little bit of width. Okay. Okay, it's done. So for column, cross axis alignment to start. Okay. Okay. So the next thing which we're gonna implement is this one, this container and all the contents inside it. So it's again going to be a column. So a column, and inside the column row, there comes another container, or we can say another column, and there comes this widgets. Okay, so let's implement it. So I'm gonna add a little bit of blank space here. As you can see, there's a little bit of space here. So for that, I'm gonna go to the constant folder and add a new file, naming it common functions. And it is going to return a size box. Suppose the user sends a null value, then by default, it will the value of height and width is going to be 0. So Let's add this one. It's obvious now. Like we don't have to go with like double writings. If we want to go with height, then we just only go with like okay. Uh, we have to only type out the height. So we don't have to go with double typings. Like we don't have to declare the height and width for all of the blank space. So let's continue here. Okay. So let's add a little bit of blank space here. And for the height, I'm going to use 2% of the screen height. And width, it's gonna be 0. Okay. So the next thing which we're gonna implement is a container with some little bit of borders, like raised borders, and inside the entire sign-in widget. Okay. So container height, I don't want to give any height to it, but I want to give a width to it. So I want to give a width of entire screen width. And I do want to add, okay, there is no padding here. Okay. Voila. Good. As you can see, this container is having a little bit of grayish border, right? So we're gonna add this border here, like we have to decorate this container. So box decoration, border, border.all, and the color I'm going to give here is I'm gonna move here, and color, I think so that gray shade, the 300 shade of gray will be good for this one. So yeah, that's simply the color goes to gray shade 3. Okay. So now we won't be seeing anything, just a small line here. So it is because we haven't added any content inside this container. The moment we will be adding contents inside this container, you will see that we will get the same beautiful look as you can see here. Okay. Let's first begin with this one. This is a row, and inside this row, at first it's a checkbox, and then it is rich text. Like inside a row, there are two things. So let's implement this one. Container child row. Okay, here goes row children, and inside children, we're gonna add this two, which is the checkbox and this one. So for the checkbox, I'm gonna go with a custom checkbox, and it will be, and I'll be using container for it. Container height, I am going to give it a 3% height of the entire screen. So it will be height into 0.03. And since you can see that the checkbox, if we remove all the rounded corners, it is a perfect square. So the width will also be the same, that is height into 0.03. So let's decorate it. Decoration, box decoration. Okay, box decoration and border. Sorry, not border, shape. Box is not. And as you can see, there is a border also. So border, border.all, color, gray. And as you can see, the color of the checkbox is, the inside color of the checkbox is white. So color white. Okay. And for this one, as you can see, this gray container, as you can see here, this gray container. So inside this gray container, the checkbox and the text are there. So I think this gray container should be 6% of the screen height. So I'm going to give it height. Oh, let me simplify this one. Okay, height, height into 0.06. And width is going to be exactly the same. Then okay, okay, as you can see, here it is. There is the checkbox here, and we will add the text here. Okay. So currently, if we see the picture, there is a little bit of padding for the entire space. So I will add that padding also. Padding, agent says the symmetric, and horizontal padding is gonna be 3% of the width. So now it looks good. And to get this circular, this orange color, like suppose I click this checkbox, it should display this circular orange inside it. And suppose I click here, then this checkbox should be selected. So to make it like this one, like to make it this one, we will be adding a child, and the child is going to be an icon, a circular icon, icons dot circle, and its size, I'm going to give it a size of 1.5 of screen height. And the color. So the color, it's gonna be, suppose if I check or if I click on sign in, it will give me a color of this orangey color. And if I click on this one, create account, it will give me an orange color. But suppose here the thing is like that. If I have checked here, then this should the color should not the color here should not be orange. So for that, I am going to introduce a new bool variable here. Okay, so remember, you need to declare all the variables which you'll be using here over the above the override. So if you declare here, so the thing which you will face that every time the widget will be rebuilt, and your variable will always remain the same. Suppose you have declared a bool value here. Yeah, suppose you have declared a bool variable, and you have stated this. You have the variable value is false. So if you update the variable also, then also it's not gonna update. So to make sure that your variable is getting updated, you need to declare all of the variables here in this region. Okay. Okay. Here, here the icon color in login. So this one is for create account, right? So here the login should be false. If the login is false, then it should show orange color here, like the checkbox should be clicked. So in login, if it's false, then we should display the orange color, else no. Okay. As you can see, the orange color, it's not getting displayed. So the moment I update this one and save it, okay, what's the issue? Okay. So the logic here is if it's not in login, if it's not in login, then it will glow. Like if it's in create account, it will glow, and if it's in login, then it won't glow. And after this checkbox, we need to add a little bit of spacing here, blank space, and then we have to go with this text. So again, I'm going to add a little bit of blank space here, blank space. Height, it's gonna be 0, and width, I'm gonna use 2% of the screen width. Create account and new to Amazon. Create account. Okay. I think we need to display it at it. Okay, this will be. And then we have to add new to Amazon. I will just copy this one and paste it, make it new to Amazon, and remove this font. Okay. Okay. So the background color here, it's a gray shade. So I'm going to give it a background color here. This one, color gray shade one. Okay. Now you can't feel like that. Okay, these two colors are like a bit similar. So we also do need to give a background color to the scaffold. So by default, scaffold is not completely white. It's a little bit of grayish. So background color white. Okay. Now you can feel a little bit of change. Okay. So let's add this thing. There is another thing I do need to add here. That is decoration, box decoration, no, no, border, bottom, border style, the gray shade, gray. Now you can see that the below border, it looks like a bit thick in compared to the upper one, because as you can see, there is a border, there is a border, there is a border, there is a border. But since we are adding border to the bigger container here, so I'm only adding border here, like I'm adding border here in the bottom. So let's move to the next part, that is this part. sign in already a customer. Again, as you can see that in this container or in this container, there's a little bit of padding in all of the sides. So I'm going to add the same padding again. So for the horizontal padding, that is right and left, I'm going to go with 3% of the screen width. And for the vertical padding, I am going to use 1% of the screen height. Okay, I will save it out. Yeah, as you can see, there's a border, there's a little bit of padding. Then, okay, let's go and implement the inside content here. So if you see closely, this thing and this thing are same, exactly the same, just the text have been changed. So I will just copy this out and paste here, and I will change the text. I will just copy this row and paste it here. Child, it's going to column, children, and then boom, there it is. But here, this text will be changed. That is going to be sign in and already a customer. Sign in and already a customer. And there'll be a change in this one also. Okay. Can click on the transfer. Okay. So we also do need to add clickable functionality here. So I will wrap this checkbox with Inkwell. And I will add on tap property here. Then here goes the same. For this one, I will add Inkwell and on tap. I'm going to update the login value in login value to true. Okay, let's test it now. I've saved this one and here. So currently I'm in sign in and I want to go with to create account. I will tap here and okay, I'm in create account. Okay, if I tap it again and again and again, okay, it's fine. I'm in create account. There is nothing like if I tap it twice, it will go to sign in. No. Okay, it's working perfect, right? Yeah, it's working perfect. Okay, now I need to add this one. So basically, it's a button where you can select your country code. So currently, I'm from India, so I'm going with 9-1. But suppose you are from Australia, so I don't know, like maybe since my app is not limited to India, it's for everyone. So I'm gonna use secret pack. So the name of the package is country, country picker, or I think so, country picker. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So again goes the same. I am also going to implement this one, like custom this one. So if you want, you can go with elevated button, but I prefer going with containers because it's my personal liking. So I like containers. I like to give personalized design. So I will be going container. So here, after this row, a little bit of blank space, a little bit, not much. Common functions dot blank space and a height into 0.01 and with it's gonna be 0. Okay. Okay, so here comes the row, run, and then container. Height, it's gonna be height into 0.06. So I think this text field and this button here, the both are of like the heights are 6, like 6% of the screen height. So I'm going to give it 6% of the screen height. And this one, the width of this button here, I think 20% of the width will be good. Okay. Now it now it's time for decoration. Box decoration border, way, and border radius. I'm gonna give it a border radius of 10. Okay, let's save it. Okay. Border radius 10. I should decrease it a bit. 5 will work perfect. And we also need to add a gray shade here. So I will add color, gray shade too. Okay. And in the center, I am gonna give the code, like the country code. So I will declare a string variable here at the top. Okay. So the moment the user taps on this button, there should be a screen coming up which should like give you the option to choose country. So implementing that one only, we will wrap the widget with equal. So besides being equal, you do have an alternative cast detector. It's up to you what you prefer. So that's nothing like that. There is nothing like that. Okay, cast detector is good, equal is bad, or equal is good, cast detector is bad. It's up to you what you prefer. So country picker, context, and all select. So what does this all select says? It says us that okay, if you choose a country, it will return a value to it. So the moment you will be choosing a country, it should update the country code to the chosen country code equals to val dot phone code. And there is another thing which I do need to add here is a plus. Okay. Okay. And here, child. So this container, in this container in the center, we need to display the country code, right? So in child, I'm gonna go with text and country code, current country code, and the style, the style. Again, I just done a little bit of mistake. Text name dot. I do need to have a look like which will be better one. Display small, I think so better one. Display small, and I will be add a little bit of weight to it. Font pair. Let's have, yeah, okay, that's it. As you can see, the text it's in top left, so I do need to align it in center. So I'll simply go to the parent of this text, that is the container, and add alignment dot center. Yeah, now it's done. So let me give you a demo how the entire thing will work. So the moment you press it, it gives you a pop-up here, as you can see. Okay. So you want to select Germany. The moment you select Germany, okay, it's not updating. Why is it so? Okay. Uh, yeah, as I said you earlier, you remember I said you know that the moment you will be declaring any of your variable inside this region, not inside this widget build, it won't get updated. As you can see, there's a live, like I will show you. Suppose I go with this Argentina. Okay, it's not updating. The moment I cut out this text and declare this variable here and save it, now check. I want to go with this Argentina, update. Belgium, update. So basically, we have to declare all our variables over this override and below this, like this class or screen extend state. We have to declare all our variables inside this region. Okay, so keep in mind. Okay, let's continue. So we don't need to add a text editing controller, or you can text field here. So let's add this one. Container deepen text form field. Text form field controller. So again, we do need to declare a variable here, that is text editing controller. And since we'll be accepting the mobile's user mobile number, so I'm going to name this variable as mobile controller. Okay. Another thing, if you notice that you will see that there is a little bit of border here. So we also need to decorate this text field. So currently it will look very dull. Okay. It throws me an error. The error is basically I haven't assigned any fixed height and width to this. So I will wrap it with a size box. Height is going to be height into 0.06. And width, I'm going to assign it is 68% of the width. Split. Okay. Okay, so let me display you. So currently this text field is looking too bad. So it's nothing like that. So we need to modify the lines. Okay, so let's add some styling to it. Style, input decorations, and okay, sorry, it will be decorations. Border, outline input border radius. So we are going to add border radius of 5. As you can see, the borders here are a bit rounded. It's not completely pointed. So we will add a border radius of 5 and border color, we will add gray. Okay. So as you can see, currently the text field here it's focused. That's the reason that the border color is coming out to be blue. So we need to change this one. So we need to add a little bit of more codes for the styling of the border. So here it will be focus border, out disabled border, and enabled border. So nothing much, just copy this code and paste again, paste, and there goes the same paste. Okay. So if we save it here, you can see, okay, it's good. But if if the text field is focused, we want this text field to be of the same color. Yeah. So focus border, we're gonna give it the color secondary color. Secondary color is basically the Amazon's like Amazon main theme color. You see now in Amazon, you see a lot of things in like orangey. So secondary color is basically that same color, orangey. Okay, I will save it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is. So you see that this both of these two widgets are like they don't have a flag space in between. So what I'm gonna do is that in the row in main axis alignment, I'm gonna separate it out. So to separate out these two widgets, as you can see, there is a little bit of space in between. So I do need to add that space also here. So to separate out, I'm gonna go with main axis alignment and space between. Boom. Yes, you can see the changes. Okay, it's a bit more space, so I'm just gonna add, make it 64. Okay, okay, so it's looking good. So by default, the hint text here is mobile number, so I'm gonna add this hint text here. In the decoration, you go here in hint and add mobile number, and you save. So another thing, the cursor here, it's blue. So we do need to change the cursor color and make it black. And style text dot text scheme dot. So what's here? Here we have gone with display small. Here also we will go with display small. Okay. Now save it. Okay. Uh, no, that's not good. We don't want this styling. So, okay, we do need to add two lines of code here. So in text field, we go with this style. So basically, this style means whatever text we enter inside this text field is the styling for that one. And this hint style is for the text mobile number. So we do need to add this loop, and here it is. So another thing, since it's a mobile number text field, so we should make sure that the user can enter only mobile number. So I go with keyboard type text input type dot number. So the beauty of this line is that the user can only enter numbers, nothing else. Okay, so back. Okay, here it is. The user can only go with numbers here. So now let's make this button and this one. So this is so for this one, I'm going to use an elevated button. So a little bit of blank space, as you can see here. Okay. And then there will be an elevated. Again, I do need to go here and go for like, okay, display small, display medium. I will go with display small. And add a little bit of weight to it. Weight, let's say font weight 600. Okay, if you save it here, you will see it doesn't look too good. Like it's kind of like a small button, but in picture it's complete a different scene. So weight is not needed here. So I will just remove it out. Okay. So to make it look alike like the picture here, we're gonna assign, like we're gonna do some kind of decoration. We're gonna go with little bit of decoration style and elevated button dot style from minimum size width. I'm gonna give him the entire width like 80%. So let me have a look there. And height, I'm gonna assign a height of 6% screen height. Okay, let's have a look. Okay.